Good evening, everyone. This is the us folks, the tribe. We back in the building once again. Man, this is your girl Dre. We are on episode what?
This is Renee, dude, and we are on episode 10, double digit.
10
Like,
double
serious, double
digits.
all up in this joint.
Yes. So we're gonna take a brief pause for a second while we get our notes together. So y'all hang tight.
Hey family, it's Renee. Are you guys looking to learn firearm safety or do you want to just get in shape with you and 9 of your friends? If so, make sure you get it from BodyBioTactical.com. Let him and his team get you into fighting shape. Not only is it affordable, he comes to you. Again, that is BodyBioTactical.com.
All right, so we back in the building. Y'all know I like to say we back in the building. First of all, I have to say major shout out to all the college grads out there. Y'all are like at the finish line. Some of y'all already graduated. Some are graduating this weekend. So major shout out to you guys. That's a big accomplishment. Big yourself up. I have to give another extra shout out to all the HBCU grads. Y'all hang in there. Make sure you go back to homecoming and you donate your funds, your Starbucks, whatever, your $5 a month to your alma mater.
Just, I know they made you sick. I know they did. I, I know you paid for a bunch of stuff. You looking at your fee sheet and you like, what the hell is transportation? and, and you didn't have a car. I understand that, but just give it back to them. It's all good.
Yeah, give it back to the folks. We need y'all donations to help keep our HBCUs popping in the streets. So, Nay, what's today's topic? What we gonna talk about today?
Well, we got a big topic today because this is a big episode. This is the censorship of black people on social media.
What? Child. Social media. Lord have mercy.
And
Lord.
just let's just kick it off. Let's just come out the gate with it. What's up with Alex Jones and the Infowars, along with Minister Louis Farrakhan? Like, what's up with them being booted off of Facebook?
Yeah, so as you all know or may not know, y'all man Zuckerberg banned Farrakhan, Alex Jones, what's the other dude's name? The alt-right dude?
Uh,
Milo,
Milo,
whatever his name.
Snuffleupagus,
So
whoever.
they got booted off of social media because they felt that they were being a terrorist, spewing hate messages. So your man got tired, but I still see fight videos on my timeline. I see y'all still seeing folks still talking about nonsense on my timeline. I'm like, really? I said, well, we know Alex Jones. He's nut. He's a nut. And every time I seen like videos of him, he was just like losing his mind. I'm like, really? Yeah, you need to
That's
go. You need to be banned and go to like a mental health facility.
Yeah, he's legitimately crazy, but I look at that whole Milo Snuffleupagus and Infowar Alex Jones. Uh, I look at that. That's white people problems. I ain't worried.
Hmm.
But I kind of side eye that Louis Farrakhan situation from the standpoint of this. There was a recent shooting at a mosque, and so with the recent shooting at the mosque, now Farrakhan is getting kicked off of social media. Well, excuse me, kicked off of Facebook. So
Hmm.
being that in America, the face of Islam is a black person. So
Right.
this is low key blaming black people for a mosque being shot up.
Exactly. And it's interesting how they, banned Farrakhan a week before Ramadan. So this is, the season of Ramadan. So shout out to everyone who's fasting, participating in Ramadan. So it's very
Ramadan.
interesting to see. Yep. So it's very interesting to see how this is all playing out. And I actually saw it's called, I don't know if you guys read the Black Agenda report, and it says fear can't be the last victim. And they were just saying how this is on what's going on, how a lot of Black people, we come together. We do a lot of organizing on social media. If you guys think about it, that's how we get a lot of our news. That's what we see what goes on in different parts of the world, United States. A lot of the protests was being like tweeted. The revolution was happening on social media. So they're like, hold on now, Farrakhan. We need to see what's popping over here because you out here, getting the folks woke, whatever the case is, like you said, shooting up, the mosque. We need to go ahead and dismiss you off of social media. And, let's be honest, white folks fear Farrakhan.
That's very true because the thing is that white folks in general are afraid of a black man with power.
Mm-hmm.
And when a black man like Farrakhan and previously before him, Malcolm X and then the noble Noble Drew Ali and then brother Clarence X who founded the Five Percenters, um, a man that cannot be swayed by sex or alcohol is dangerous.
Yes.
And a black man with that much self-discipline and with that knowledge and the ability and the charismatic personality to bring people together is frightening to white people.
Exactly. Exactly. And so that's why you see, this continuation of banning, because also too, a lot of Black activists has been jailed
Hmm.
over, Facebook posts, over Facebook profiles. If you get too Black, you might go to jail. You might go to Facebook jail, guys, for like 30 days. Because I know there's this brother that I follow. He's really like dope. He's been like banned. I think he's been banned now from Facebook. And I mean, like he made this page called White People Like, and he put all the craziness white people did. And I mean, like they gave him all type of blues about it. But there was truth in it. He wasn't lying. He was just getting news and saying, hey, this is what white people do, because they always like to say what Black folks do. So he's been banned. So you're gonna see, like I said, Farrakhan won't be the last victim. We're gonna see more folks being banned from social media.
I really want to talk about for a second while we're on this white identity extremism and quote unquote black identity extremism. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the whole situation with the synagogues and the mosque being shot up are very symbolic in their actions of white men because white men feel like they're losing their country and they already know that their numbers are down. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get rid of the other not quite white fair skinned people.
Right.
They want white people to be in constant control. That's what they're looking for. Whereas black identity extremism, it could be anything. Like I was reading the FBI report that they put out on black identity extremism, and
Mm-hmm.
like, all the books that they listed are half of the books in my library right now.
Right.
So by that definition, I'm an extremist.
Hey, I think this is a streamer's podcast.
It is, let them tell it. But
Exactly.
the thing is, black identity extremism is regulated to only, well, how I want to put this. Black identity extremism is relegated to self-love and self-pride and being with the desire to just promote everything positive that's black, whereas white identity extremism is about killing and mass murder.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, they're these white identity extremists, they write manifestos, okay? And they write all these manifestos down saying, I got to spark the revolution. We talked about the Turner Diaries a few weeks ago. So if you
Right.
haven't read that book, you need to go out and read it. If sitting down and reading isn't your thing, there are tons of channels on YouTube that will read it for you if you like audiobooks. So that's
Exactly.
a very important thing to understand. Like, white people are very clever with how they use their words. So
Definitely.
so
Definitely.
once you train yourself to become a reader, you're able to pick out the words that they're using so you can catch those dog whistles. And
Right.
that's
And
just
same way
like,
with when you're having conversations with them, they use certain terms and keywords. And like what Nate said, you have to pick up on that and you have to know how to identify it. So like we always talk about identifying, assessing, and know how to respond back without being emotional. And that's what get us caught up. When
hmm
we're talking to them, we get very emotional and it's like, no, you have to direct. I always say you have to be direct and concise when communicating with white folks because
right.
they don't like that. Look them in the eye too, because a lot of times we're not gonna be looking on the floor. You look them in the eye and be like, listen, I'm not playing with you. Um, and
Right.
that's why they feel threatened when folks like Farrakhan, Nation Islam, other black men, because black women, let's push us to the side right quick. When strong black men who's not being swayed, who is very direct, concise, and they not sandboning, they gonna be like, man, hold up, I can't sway this person. And that's why we have black identity extremists, which was also created by the law enforcement. The law
Exactly.
enforcement, just like during our parents grandparents era, we had COINTELPRO. We had pretty much during the civil rights movement that was created to what monitor and disrupt activists during the
Exactly.
civil rights movement, during certain movies when when black folks was really, we was rising up. And that same, government agencies, guess what they brought? The war on drugs. So, okay, hold on, y'all getting out of control. Y'all being extremism now. Okay, guess what? We're gonna have something coming for y'all. So when going back again, they having a meeting before the meeting. They
Right.
studying us at night. Oh, y'all rising up. So we gonna have the war on drugs because y'all can't be having all this power.
Exactly. And the war on drugs, let's call it what it was. That was the war on melanin. Um,
Thank you.
that's what that was. Because see, like they were just running up in people's houses, you know. Now before crack came through, it was something called freebasing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you needed to have ether to do it because it was like a in today's society, it was kind of similar to a hookah setup.
Right.
And you had to have that ether to burn it, and you know they would smoke it like that so the police could run up in there. What you doing with ether? That's drug paraphernalia, you're going to jail. And then when people started coming down with crack, which was created by the government, and it affects white people, but let's talk about this. Crack cocaine bonds to melanin, so that's why you'll see a black crackhead acting all kinds of more crazy than you'll see a white crackhead, and they're smoking the same
Mm-hmm.
shit. Okay?
Exactly. Exactly. And if you guys want to know anything about freebase, I always tell people this: go watch any Richard Pryor stand up. It's
Mhm.
on Netflix. And he talk about how he freebase and how pretty much that ether, which is a chemical, so we're
Mhm.
talking about chemical warfare now, pretty
Right.
much lit his ass up.
Pretty much.
Okay.
But then,
And
like,
he was running down the street on fire. So go watch Richard
that's a true
Pryor.
story. That's a true story.
Exactly. And
That's
he jokes about it, but that was his real life. That was his reality.
yeah. That was Richard Pryor on the Sunset Strip.
Right.
But
Yep.
anyway, but back to the whole drug war on drugs. And then when people started, you know, cooking up crack, when the police would bust into the bando, uh, you really couldn't prove that somebody was smoking crack because you saw a bunch of what, baking soda. And it's like, what are you guys doing with this? Oh, we baking cookies. Get the fuck up out of here.
Exactly.
So
Right.
so that's my little take on that the war on drugs.
Exactly. We'll do an episode on that too, and we're gonna tie it into, like ADHD and
Mm,
how they're trying to get black boys. So we're gonna talk about that. So going back to what you was talking about with the BIE, the Black Identity Extremists, and I have read from this article from the Guardian. It's talking about black activists in jail, the one that's was jail for his Facebook. It says most individuals who shot and killed officers are white men, and white supremacists have been responsible for nearly 75% of deadly extremist attacks since 2001. Okay?
Mhm.
But they're not policing or banning them from Facebook. And mind you, a lot of these folks have Facebook pages and pretty much posting YouTube videos on how they're gonna kill folks. Like that
Exactly.
gentleman, the white boy down there, what was it, Lakeland, Lake whatever, Florida. He pretty much was like posting stuff on how he gonna go shoot up the school.
The thing with
And
the whole situation is he's sitting up here, all these fucking girls, they don't like me, you're gonna feel my wrath, pew, pew, pew. It's like, if you don't sit your little mayonnaise militia ass down, like, come on. It's like everybody knew
thank
he had
you.
a problem, but see, the thing is, white children, particularly white males, are coddled
Hmm.
by this society, so nobody took him serious. His teachers were probably, oh, he's just blowing off steam. You know, like that's no, that's not even how that goes. And
Exactly.
even with Facebook claiming, quote unquote, I'm doing my air quotes, to be cracking down on hate speech, these white supremacist groups are renaming themselves. They're rebranding themselves. And it's like they're hiding their racism, and you can go on Facebook and you can see this right now. A lot of these white people are posting like these 50s era like ads from Sears or something, where you got the little white boy and the white girl, they're pulling the little fucking wagon with the little black and white dog wagging his tail. And it's like, this is like, we want to get back to this, you know. So they're telling,
Right.
you know.
They are telling, and they're not being punished because, like you said, they are rebranding. See, they're very strategic when it comes to branding because who's in these jobs? They're in these top jobs. They know about branding. They know how to pretty much reinvent um code words. They know how to reinvent to make it seem, what's the word? Culturally sensitive.
Mm,
I'm doing my air quotes. Culturally sensitive, so they won't have once they're being surveillance on social media. Because let's be honest, all of us is being surveillance.
yeah.
We are being surveillance, so they know how to get around it. Plus, the man in Zuckerberg, he's allowing it because on my timeline, I mean, I don't have that many white folks on my timeline, but I see all type of like fight videos, like I said, black porn, black pain porn on there, and I'm like, yo, you need to be like getting rid of this stuff. Never mind banning, let's say Farrakhan, these other folks. This needs to be banned because, but what sells? Black pain sells.
Yes,
So
it does.
that's gonna stay on there versus you hearing a positive message from the Nation of Islam, or you hearing a positive message from any black conscious speakers or like public figures. But I'm seeing all this stuff on my timeline. I'm like, really? And we continuously perpetuate that stereotype by like, oh, let me share this person getting their brains blown out because we've been so desensitized to
Exactly.
it. So
Exactly. And like,
mhm.
just to piggyback off of what you're saying about black pain porn, in my opinion, I could be wrong. I have been miseducated by white folks, but Black Death, seen on social media, has two major um, effects. One, like you already said, it desensitizes us to Black Death globally. So when we see it in our neighborhood, it's nothing to us because we just watched five dudes get their brain blew out last night.
Mhm.
And then the second one, I gotta go there because I mean this is documented, y'all. So just clutch your pearls. Black Death sexually excites white people.
Mm.
And,
That's for the people in the back.
if it's not sexually exciting them, it is entertaining them because there are many, many, many reports written uh, about white men after lynching. When people started going around and interviewing people about this time in history, they would talk about what they were doing, and a lot of them said, like a lot of the white men said, they went home and they had the best sex they've ever had in their life.
Mm.
And also, these white supremacist message boards, they crash after videos of a black person is killed by somebody white. Well, the police, the thugs in blue, you know. they crashed because so many people were trying to post the video and edit pictures, and there was a whole thing after Trayvon Martin died about this shooting range who had a cutout, like a target, a cutout target
Mm-hmm.
where it was a little black boy with some Skittles and an iced tea, and that was a quote unquote uproar.
Exactly. I remember that. I remember seeing that.
And then also, this is just social engineering for the next generation because they're nurturing a generation right now of psychopaths by removing empathy in people by just keep sharing all these killing videos.
Right. Now, tell the audience, for those who may not understand or know, what is social engineering and who are they targeting for social engineering?
Okay, social engineering. I'm gonna try to explain this. Like I know all of our listeners are very smart people because they're listening, but like I try to explain things where a 10-year-old could understand it. Okay, because if a 10-year-old can understand it and grasp the concept, we all good. So social engineering is when we have a group of people, okay, and somebody in front of them wants to carry out a plan, but they don't want to make it seem like they're carrying out a plan. So they're going to take this group of people, half of them are going to be given Kool-Aid with sugar in it that tastes like regular Kool-Aid, and the other half is going to be given just, the Kool-Aid powder in the water. And as they grow up and they're drinking the same thing, they're drinking the same thing. And as they grow up, all they're going to do is, fight each other about which one is the correct way.
Hmm.
So, it's a big game of deflection.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I agree. I agree. And I just felt like they're targeting, if you're a foundational Black American, you
Hmm.
have melon. I feel that is definitely being targeted to our community. That's why you see people halfway crazy, like you said, that's losing their mind because it's like, oh, social engineering. I gotta look at, I'm getting it from the media, so it gotta be right. And I'm not gonna question it because it was pumped out on the news, it was pumped out on
Hmm.
social media, right? And not knowing that all these conglomerates are owned by five people.
Exactly.
Okay? And majority is small hats. And if you don't know what small hat is, go research it.
Hmm.
And they're telling you how to think, what to eat, what to buy, to be a consumerism, to participate in capitalism. And, to the point now, you got y'all man, I seen on social media, he got dragged. What's your boy's name? Steve Harvey.
That
Telling
fool.
y'all shouldn't get 8 hours. Y'all better get some. Listen, I get 8 hours of sleep. If I don't, at my age, I know I sound all old. I will be cranky. Do not be listening to these folks on social media. We gonna talk about that too. To the point, folks be losing their minds. Like, I gotta listen to my favorite loving hip hop star. They told me I gotta do this, so I'ma do it. Y'all, that's social engineering. If
Yeah.
you have to really like wake up and see what your favorite loving hip hop reality TV star is doing every morning, you're already engineered. You're programmed to pretty much be more indulged in their life than you're indulged in your own life.
Exactly.
And then if we post something, let's say positive, people are like, oh, here they go. They think their life is perfect. No. Like yesterday, we're gonna talk about let's go there with social media and some of our folks.
All
The
right.
whole Aisha Curry thing. Yo, I didn't know what was going on. What was I doing yesterday? Child, I don't know. I've been moving. I've been doing all type of mess. All of a sudden I was like, let me go see what's going on in social media land. And I'm like, what did this chick say? And I mean, y'all took one clip of what she said, and everyone's like, oh my God, she said this. But you're not that engaged in your own life.
Right.
And then it's like y'all arguing over someone else's life that y'all have no clue. They don't even know you even exist. Let's keep it a buck.
Right.
And you won't even go that hard for your family member, for yourself, you know what I'm saying, to fight white supremacy.
Right. And let's be real. People who were losing their mind over that, they've never been in like a for real serious relationship. Sometimes, you just want to be acknowledged. You don't want them.
Thank you.
That woman has had three kids in what, 5 years?
Yes.
So come on, give her a break.
Yes. But like you said, these folks haven't been in serious relationships. They are like, oh, she just want, did she say she want to go and be with these dudes? No, she was like, hey, sometimes, you just want to hear a dude be like, hey, sweetheart, how are you? You're like, oh, okay, I still got it. Hey, tell
Right,
me she gonna risk it all for old boy at the liquor store.
right.
No.
No, she's not gonna risk it all. It's just one of them things where it's like that woman's body has changed tremendously. Like, even if we can't see it, she probably feels it. The woman has had three children in 5 years. Come on.
Yes, and let's be honest. I think her and Steph Curry, they've been dating since they was like 15 years old.
Yeah.
So, and when you're that young and you get married young, it's like, yo, I just sometimes, and dude's like a superstar. She's at home with them kids. She's like, listen, I just want someone besides my kids to tell me that I'm pretty. I don't think there's
Right.
nothing wrong with that. It's not like I said, she's gonna risk it all. But y'all, once again, it's social engineering. So we're just making a point. Social engineering, and people lose their mind and have a whole trending topic about something. To me, for her it's big, to me it's meaningless, because I'm like, we got so many issues we need to be advocating for, that
Right.
we need to go full throttle on, and y'all won't even bust a what you call it, a grape in the fight. But I didn't see that much
And while we're
outrage
squawking,
about Farrakhan. Go ahead.
but what I'm gonna say is like while we're squawking about Aisha Curry, we just found out that Trump lost $1 billion in 10 years.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
come on, we can't sit up here and just put our hands in the sand forever. We can't just
No,
sit up here for that.
exactly. And then two, I have to say this because we're getting into 2020, the election season, and we got, what's y'all uncle name? Y'all Uncle Joe Biden.
Can't stand him.
The receipts are coming out, and y'all still like, I'm still gonna support Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe's gonna come to the cookout. Uncle Joe's coming to y'all. What we got coming up? Memorial Day weekend. He's still coming to y'all Memorial Day weekend with the blend potato salad.
Right.
Y'all still going, and even Uncle Joe and y'all president. They're the same.
Yeah.
They did a. Did you see the side by side? What
Man,
they
look
did?
at this. We look at it like this. Both some slave masters, but one gonna beat you and the other one gonna rape you.
Okay. So
That's
pick your
what that is.
poison.
The whip of the dick.
They okay, okay. Look, say it for the people in the back, because they don't understand. They don't hear you, but they gonna invite Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe's coming to the cookout, child. They gonna put the selfie on Instagram, and y'all are all set.
Y'all
Child,
gonna
you
teach
get
him
a
to
life.
the electric slide.
But that's social engineer. We're saying all this because we're showing you all real life examples of social engineering, and people still fall for the okey doke. And we got so much things to fight on social media. And if you go against Uncle Joe and them, and y'all say, hey, I love my blackness, I'm going to advocate for it, you might be banned. So you have to ask yourself, are you ready for that?
Hmm.
And stop fooling with Uncle Joe and them, because you know what? They the ones that's gonna be dictating whether you're gonna be banned, because they gonna be like, well, we done seen, Deshaun on here. He said he loved me. I'm walking to the cookout. Now he's talking all this black pride. Nah, we gotta ban him. We gotta do net neutrality. Cause
Yep.
that's still going. That's still in the makings. Y'all know. Like, he voted for net neutrality. They still ready to roll that out. And when they do, what y'all gonna do?
You're right.
So,
I mean,
and
cause
that's
I
gonna
mean,
affect
I'm gonna
social
just put it out
media.
there. If something goes down and they starting to round motherfuckers up, I know they gonna come get my ass. I know it.
Yeah.
I know they coming to get me. So that's why I don't give a fuck no more. I just gotta sit up here and just speak truth to power.
Exactly. And that's why we got to keep, bringing you guys this information and, like just certain things that we even, read. Like the other day where I posted, affirmative actions for white folks and people like, oh my God. I post books on purpose so y'all can read. And like when they say, y'all want to read, listen to the audio books.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of what they always said back in slavery time, you want black folks to know something, put in the book. And
Yep.
that's so disrespectful. So y'all need to be up on reading what policies are out there. Because the policies, guess what? You can go on social media. You can go Google. Go do your Googles. It's a lot at stake on social media. And especially, and then another distraction was your girl had her child. Um, what's
Ooh.
her old girl name? Meghan Markle.
And, all right.
And these folks on social media, oh my God, is the baby? We gotta see what the baby look like. Is it a ginger biracial child? What that got to do with your life?
Man, that child is 3/4 white. That child is 3/4 European. That let me explain y'all how this shit work, okay? We scientists, we in the lab right now. Let's have a little talk about genetics, okay? You this is something that's been documented by white people because they've done this to the Aborigines in Australia, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What they did was to the Aborigines was they strategically bred the melanin out of those people because they would take these Aborigines and they would put them in concentration camps. And no, I'm sorry to say it, but concentration camps are not exclusive to Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Japanese and some black people were in them too. Google the Devil's Punch Bowl, Natchez, Mississippi. But anyway, what we're gonna do, what you got to do is they would have sex with these people, okay? And once the child would come out biracial, the quote unquote, they would let the child go out and they would encourage them to have sex with white people because by the third generation there's going to be no trace of melanin. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have a wide nose and some thick lips and maybe some curly hair, but I mean, you're gonna look like a white person. Now look at Paula Patton and Robin Thicke's child.
Right.
That child is blonde haired and blue eyed and came out of a quote unquote black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why so many black people are sitting up here jumping and screaming and hollering and rejoice that there's somebody black in the royal family when we're completely ignoring the fact that there was Queen Charlotte, who in all of her
Right.
portraitures, that was a black woman. She was mixed, but this was to the point where the African gene was truly, we hadn't been broken down, so you were truly, getting the African gene. So these biracial children were coming out with noticeably black features, and in all her portraiture, she has been whitewashed. And then if we want to take it back even further, when there was still half Moorish occupancy there
Mm-hmm.
in England, there was Queen Sophia. Okay, and she was a beautiful monoracial woman, but you can hardly find a picture of her because they don't want to show that. So the way I look at it is that this is just the point in history where they need that little drop of melanin to keep them going.
Yeah, they do. And then they need also to us black folks to be on social media to ooh and ah so they can keep pumping out more, going back to the normalization of blackness and
Mm.
commercialization of blackness and saying, hey, guess what, social media, this is the new black.
Yeah, they're trying to
This is the new black.
change the face of black people.
Right. And it's
That's what
happening
every
on your
commercial you
social
see. You see
media.
some social engineering. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing all these commercials where you got this goofy looking white man. He's sitting up on a computer looking like he huffing and puffing, calling somebody a nigga, and you see his black wife. That's every
Right.
freaking commercial you see right now.
Exactly. And also too, I want to throw in there too. Since we're talking about social media, foundational Black Americans, whoever you want to identify yourself with, ADOS, whoever case is, we're the most group, we're the top group that use social media. So
Mm-hmm.
when they know that, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna pump out information. They're gonna continue to program and engineer our minds to say, hey, this is right. And then, when we get, hey, the swirling's all right, they're gonna keep, oh, y'all like swirling? Okay, we're gonna keep pumping more information like that. Okay, for instance, social media is a mother effer. I know when I was like buying my house and looking for stuff, guess what the ads was on Facebook? It was stuff for homeowners. And I was like, because you got artificial intelligence, you got algorithms. And it's real. The more stuff that let's say you Google, because think about it, Google, all these conglomerates are all tied into one. So whatever you searching on Google, go to your Facebook. I bet you that ad is gonna pop up.
Yep.
Now, even on Instagram, have you seen this on Instagram? All the weave, I don't know where weave, y'all. But
Man,
them weed sites be following me, and I have to report them. It seems like a million of them a day. Like, yo, really? When do you see me have weed besides like my hair extensions, as far as with braids?
right. And on my Instagram, I was looking at dog collars the other day. I have a dog, and I wanted to get him a nice little collar, so he can be fly and look player. But like, but but I'm sitting up here, I'm scrolling my Instagram this morning, and I was like, why is there dog collars? And I was like, that damn computer.
Yo, the computer be really, really be telling you what's the deal. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all some stats right quick. We like to do stats and research. So for Black folks, 67% use Facebook, 38% use Instagram, 27% use Twitter, 12% use Pinterest, 28% use LinkedIn. They saying LinkedIn is turning into a Facebook part two, because you can do live videos, you can do all this mess on there. But it's very interesting how, we 67% of us use Facebook.
Hmm.
I thought it would be higher than that. But a lot of people don't like Twitter. See, that's how me and Nang, we met on Twitter.
Hmm.
I like Twitter better than Facebook. I'm surprised because I can talk my shit. I can tag you and I can do some hashtags and you get the point. Um, but yeah, this is for, let me see, social media preference vary by race and ethnicity. This is on Pew Research Center. Y'all can do the Googles and see, where do you fit at? And this says about 7 in 10 adults, internet users, they use social media. And they always, of course, who's the top folks, Latinos and blacks. They use social media more than white folks.
Hmm.
So I just have to throw that out there to you all. Whew.
All right. Now,
What
how
do
do
we
we
got
protect
up next?
ourselves? How do we protect ourselves from social media? How do we protect ourselves in our account?
Man. You know what? Let me throw this out there too. This is what I tell my students. Y'all know I love my students. They're like my other children. And I work mainly with, all black students. And so I tell my students this. You think you safe on social media, you kind of not. Because they got this thing called ethical hacking. They can hack into your shit. Okay? And you have to really protect your identity. And what I mean about that. So don't be on all the social media sites. Find a few that you're going to engage in regularly. And I always say, make sure your messages are the same. Make sure they're concise. Why? Because like I said, we have a lot of work to do. And also too, don't be out here just be saying some random stuff. Back your stuff up. Have your opinion. Yes, have your opinion. And also too, watch who you argue with. Because a lot of
Exactly.
times, we get into like these deep, dark whole arguments with folks who they haven't even done the research. They're not living the life you live. And they be ready to report you. They be like, I'm going to report you. And you like, yo. So you have to really I remember Nan and I had this conversation of, have a rule, because I know you say you don't do the name calling.
Yeah.
Just know when it's a level like, look, I'm all set with you, you know, and just keep it moving. You don't gotta get into this nigga. You want your gift for righteousness. Have a good day. So protect yourself, because it's not just about, oh, the FBI is gonna come after you. You want to be like spiritually, holistically, and social media will zap that from you if you allow it. Because people be on here, be on next level, what up, BS, and you just have to know your limit.
Right. And when it comes to videos of seeing, black people die, like I noticed this with Nipsey Hussle.
What you
Every,
think?
everybody shared the video, but it's like, no, don't do that. Because you're just feeding
Yes,
into being desensitized. And also, that's just ethically, that's not okay, morally.
right. And
And
let's talk about that real quick,
yeah,
about being morally sound. There's a huge price to pay when you have morals. There's a lot of shit you can't just watch and just say. I know we say our cuss words on here, but we don't get like out of control. Um, there's just some stuff that you should have a code for black folks. Like, hey, if I see let's say a Nipsey, or just any random black person laid out, shots to the head, you should have some type of, sensitivity when it comes to that. You shouldn't be like, well, I'm gonna share it too because it's on my timeline. Yo, shut it down. There should be like a code that we should have, because you just really just, how do y'all sleep at night sharing that stuff? I couldn't. I remember I post like, please do not share any type of like fight videos, suicide, homicide, because people also took their life on social media. A lot of black folks. And people share that, suicide. I'm like, why? But that's what sells once again. And how do y'all sleep at night sharing, our people really just taking their lives? They're really suffering and just taking their lives. So make sure y'all check that. Check your inner moral compass. Some of us have broken moral compass that needs to be repaired.
and about that, I was reading an article last week, and it said like the number of black children committing suicide is on the rise. And
Yes,
and I was like, these are 8 to 11-year-olds, and I'm like, what do they know about this? And it's like, monitor your children's usage on the computer, you know, like monitor what they're
exactly.
looking up, because this is um this is out of the clock. This is out of control.
It is out of control. Like when I was, because I always, when I see that age group, and I have to think back to when I was that age, I didn't even know anything about suicide, homicide, even sexuality. Because
Yeah.
these are the same age too. I think it was somewhere in Alabama, I think in Huntsville. It was like an 11-year-old. He killed himself because he was being bullied because he was gay. And my heart broke for the child and the parents, because I'm like, what did he know about that? You know? Like, what do we teaching our students, our children, sexuality, this and that? And that just really just broke me when I saw that. And like you said, it's on the rise. So I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on out here, what folks are teaching their children. But it is very sad.
Yeah, and it's like you said, when I was that age, I had no idea what, suicide and, all that stuff was. It was just, that's just foreign. You learn about that in high school.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So monitor what your children are looking up. Listen, my students I work with, y'all, they're in college. Yes, I do. I Google them. I be all up in their social media. Like, what are you doing? Like, some of my students, they wasn't raised. They was just tolerated. Their
Mm.
parents just birthed them. Let's keep it a buck. Social media is raising them. Media is raising them. So
Yeah.
I have to be mama. I have to be Mama Dre, and I have to be like, let me see what y'all up here posted. And they think it's so funny, But I be like, yo, I see what you did. You did X, Y, and Z because we're not just like for me. I'm just not preparing them for the real world. They're gonna be somebody's husbands or wives or parents or just even adulting. They're gonna be full time adulting,
Yeah.
soon. So I want to like make sure that I'm part of that village that they may not have, and be like, hey, let's look at some things right quick and see we don't take the time out to check folks, to check our young ones. Cause when I was their age, let's keep it real. Guess I'm dating myself. Social media didn't come on my campus until like my senior year in undergrad school. So we're
Right.
talking 2005, in which you had to have a college email to even go on Facebook. And all this stuff, it was like, hey, my homegirl goes to Tennessee State. I can connect with her, see her pictures, what's going on there. Now, everybody named Mama is on social media. So at that time, it was like a sacred space. Now it's like nothing is sacred. I find out when folks in my family die by social media. And I'm like, yo, can we have some privacy? So there's no type of privacy, no
Mhm.
type of respect for, let's say, when folks pass on and become ancestors or different things. Folks just put in whatever on social media, and I get like mad offended by that. And that's where I get my news from. I'm like, people don't have conversations like, hey, such and such Big Mama died. You just see Big Mom in the hospital, stressed out, about to
Yeah.
go to the morgue.
People post that like that's normal and okay. And then you got these clout chasing Negroes that sit up here and pose ignorant with the body at the funeral home.
Yo. Okay, since you mentioned that, let me tell y'all this quick story. My uncle had passed away on my dad's side back here in November. So when we went to go view the body, when we went to the wake, they had a sign, y'all, that says, please do not post, wake and other information from the funeral home on social media. I'm like, you gotta have a freaking disclaimer on the front door saying, please do not take pictures or any sort of videos and post it on social media out of respect for the family. Really? That's what we came to as a society? That's where we're at as a society?
Yeah.
Like, what's sacred? Like, people don't know what that word is. They're like, sacred? It ain't nothing sacred. But that's where we at, y'all.
Right.
Okay. All right. What we got up next?
I think we hit it all, man. What you think?
I think we hit it all too. So, we just want you all just to protect your neck on social media. I understand people want to show they photos and, interact, that's cool, but don't put your whole life story on there. Um, Make sure that you keep something sacred. That's what I wanted to say. That's my motto for social media. Keep something sacred. Like if you in the hospital, I don't want to see your photos in the hospital. I don't want to see Big Mama, stressed out on her deathbed. Let's keep something sacred. Folks are out here monitoring everything that we do.
Right.
Um, Make sure that you channel the energy that y'all use for celebrity. Yo, make sure we start advocating for our own because we out here just hanging on by the thread. And honestly, it's getting worse in my eyes. Things are getting worse and tough, especially if you have the babies out here committing suicide at 8 years old.
Yeah.
So that's my piece for it. What's your words, your thoughts?
My words and my thoughts at the end of this episode is basically this. Are we being censored? Yes. But if we can get a better control of the English language, we can operate just like they do, and we can still get our messages across.
Mm. Now I think you open up something. Okay, go deeper. Go deeper with that. Go deeper with the communication, mastering the English language to get our messages across. So let's
Because,
talk about that real quick. Then we can go ahead. We can go forward.
all right, basically, what I want to say is when we can master the English language and we can grow our vocabulary to a non-high school level, um, we can use the same kind of words that they do, and also not only can we communicate with each other better, we can understand and we can be able to see the lies that they tell. Because see, white people lie to black people for fun. They like to make games out of it, you know. And white people are good at three things when it comes to dealing with black people: lie, deny, and pacify.
Mm.
So when they can't lie to you, they're gonna deny it. And when they can no longer deny it, they're just gonna toss you out some nigger pennies or something to, pacify you. So if you can cut them off on the bullshit early, you're not gonna have to sit up there and get super emotional with them.
Mm. Mhm. I like that. I like that. Yeah. So, besides being on social media, read a blog post that's new to you and today. We need to know how to comprehend. We need to know how to process, and we need to know how to communicate, and also to be assertive and clearly and concisely communicate and defend ourselves when it comes to white folks.
Yes. Yes, we do.
You have to do that because we got too many people who want these butter biscuits, who want to be a Sambo. We got too many out here, and because we don't know how to keep our emotions in check and really be logical and really look at them and be like, listen, I know the deal, and just start spewing out the facts. So information is free. We got Google. We got all type. Hey, go get a library card. That's free 99. I know I get a library card everywhere I move to. Um, that's important just in case you can't go on Amazon and order certain books. And in the near future, we're going to talk about books that we are reading and why you should read those books too, because we have to educate ourselves because we're going into some critical times. People don't understand this. Y'all want to keep playing these games. We are entering into some critical times that you're going to have to really rely on the knowledge. And we're not talking about go to school and get a 4-year degree.
Right.
We talking about being lifelong learners outside the classroom. So that's my piece on that. Any last words?
Man, just keep it on a swivel. These white folks out here crazy right now.
They crazy out here. Keep it on a swivel. Remember, they studying us. You need to be studying them. You need to be studying the knowledge and study who you are. So make sure you know who you are, knowledge yourself, so you won't get caught up out here. So yeah, another dope episode 10, man. We double digits.
Yep, we up there. We're getting up there. And we're gonna
We
keep
get
going.
Yes, facts. And as always, thank you so much to the Us Tribe, the soldiers, y'all out here listening to us, getting enlightened, getting educated. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at the Urban Social Scientists. Don't forget to subscribe, listen, and share on Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play. What else?
I think that's where we are. Yeah.
That's it. Oh, and don't forget, if you are a black podcast or a black business, we want to give you a shout out. We want to highlight you, spotlight you, whatever the case is. So, send us an inbox. We'll get that popping. All we ask for is, hey, to share our episode, our channel, and that's pretty much it.
Yep.
All right. So until next time, we are Audi 5000.
Later days.
Peace.